You can send that to your attorney for the deposition.
So I started to transpose, I think I told you this before, Alone Together, and then I was struggling with it, and then I went on to the music sheets, whatever it's called, you know, that you can get in different keys. I've forgotten what application that is now, but you'll know it. To buy the sheet music, and then I thought, well, maybe I should buy it, instead of trying to transpose it into G minor, maybe I should just buy the one that's in F sharp. I thought you were going to hit me on the head with that.
I don't know what to say. I mean, it's out of the frying pan and into the fire. I mean, what, you know.
So I'm about to purchase the sheet music in F sharp, and I'm thinking, woo.
Well, I mean, I can certainly help you with it. I mean, that would be the thing to do. And then also just keep in mind when you buy sheet music, especially on the internet, there's a lot of erroneous.
Yeah, you told me that.
I mean, there are a lot of.
So I did start that. That's one little section, and then the other question is with Bewitched on that takedown. Remember the takedown?
I don't know what a takedown is, unless it's.
You don't know what a takedown is? Yes, you do.
Wrestling.
Well, that's what we do, don't we? We wrestle. I do anyway. With the you told me.
You mean turnaround?
No, well, no, it's not a turnaround. It's a takedown.
Oh, what's a takedown?
Okay. Well, it's from the bridge.
Yeah.
And so it goes.
You're talking about Alone Together, or what tune are you talking about?
Bewitched now.
Oh, Bewitched? Okay, yeah.
And sorry, the piano tuner still has not come. So he's not even returning my call.
Well, I would fire him.
So I'll just play what I'm trying to do is, and you told me to do this.
Are you going to blame it on me?
Yeah, I'm going to blame it on you. That's why I pay you.
At least you're honest.
So I just don't want to do one note, so I'm trying to get those chords.
So are you referring, so here's the music here. Are you referring to the descending bass line?
That's right, the descending bass line. In my language, a takedown.
Yeah, so here's Bewitched. So yeah,
That's it, right
in my score they don't have that, but you could do D minor, you know, your D minor. So if you include the melody note B, I would call that D minor 6, and D in the root.
Yeah, but I want to do a chord in the left hand. No?
A chord in the left hand?
Pardon?
A chord in the left hand. You can play the chord in the right hand with the melody. It actually works very well that way. You can play.
I see, with the chord. Okay. Okay.
So it works very well. D, C sharp, C, B.
Right.
And then A, or G. That's awesome.
Well, nice subject. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, so D minor over C sharp, right? And then actually we'll do yeah, so you see what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Da-da, boom, ba-da-da, D minor, over C, D minor over B. And I would say again that this might be considered D minor 6, right? Yeah. So we have that would be the what I would probably employ, and then A minor, similar idea, da da da, A minor over G sharp, right, and then A minor G, and then again over A minor with F sharp in the bass. So there's other possibilities too, but you know that's a pretty simple possibility.
Okay, all right.
Can I hear you do that? Just if you just do the melody in the right hand and just the bass notes in the left hand.
Right. Okay. Oh, sorry. And then
One more F sharp.
Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So you have one bass note for each, for like they're half notes basically. So 2 counts.
Okay.
2 counts each.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I was trying to do some chords.
It's a very, you know, it's a very interesting section. You see what I did there?
Yes, you came up.
Yeah, I went D, D sharp, C, B, E, A, 2, 5, 1. So
Okay.
I approached the A by a fifth, which is another nice thing to do. So you can B, and you can have an E here, maybe you know E7, let's say. So I'm actually, I'll move this. Let me get rid of this here. So we're essentially going from the key of D minor, let's say, to A minor, right? But you could use a 2-5-1, B minor 7, flat 5, and then E 7, and that would work. Do you see why I'm suggesting that?
Yeah, in the left hand, you want me to do a 2-5-1? Is that what you're saying?
Well, so you don't necessarily have to do the 2-5-1, but it implies a 2-5-1. The root implies a 2-5-1. B, E, A, right? Now you could, you know, da 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 da, 2-5-1, da da da. And what you might do in the next measure, rather than using these notes as a descending bass line, what might be nicer is having an internal voice, a counterpoint. So you might say A minor major 7. So that's the same chord. That's essentially the same thing. Here's A minor with A in the bass. Here's A minor with G sharp in the bass. Okay. If I, rather than putting the G sharp in the bass, if I play A, C, E, G sharp, right? Straight A minor chord, and then an A minor with that chord is referred to as A minor major 7.
Have you frozen? Are you there?
I'm here. Can you see me now? Got me? Yes, no, hello? Hello? You're frozen now, and I don't know if you can hear me. Maybe you need to log on again and log off. I'm not sure, but you're frozen at the moment. Hello? I see a photo of you. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Okay. There you go. I got you now. But something happened here. There we go. Can you hear me? I see you, but I don't hear you. 1, 2, 3. And I wonder if I'm not, seems like no.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you.
Oh, you can? Okay.
Yes.
But now I can't see you.
Okay. Well, let's see. Can you see me now?
No, but as long as I can hear you.
Well, can you see the screen with the music on it?
I can. Yeah.
Okay, that's the important thing because
Yeah.
I am here, and
Oh gosh, I tell you.
there we go. Yeah. So,
yeah. I hit the thing to allow you.
Did you move your position?
I've got you on iPad now.
Okay.
I don't know what's wrong. Why the internet's going down on the computer? I told you I have.
What I suspect is that your router needs to be close by because I think you mentioned that your router is upstairs.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, and it's possible. I mean, that's a good thing that your router is higher than everything else, but it may just have trouble getting through the walls, or it's possible
Right.
you might need another router in another part of the house.
Right. That's yeah. Well, I'll look into that. But oops, I just lost you. Then hang on. Here we are again. But we're.
Well, that was very surreal. I saw you in the mirror for a minute. Yeah, like a double image of you.
Oh gosh, you don't need that. One's enough. Okay. All right. So,
all right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. So what I wanted to say was that, another way to think of that, it's a very interesting part of the music because you have A minor, major 7, then A minor 7, and then A minor 6. So that's the way I would describe it. Let's just say there's two distinct possibilities, and that's kind of the way I would describe it. If you want the bass line to move down, you know, da 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 da, or you could do da 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 da, or you know, that's either one works well. And I suppose you could do that also with the first part. Da dee da 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 dee da 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 da. Right.
Right.
Let me hear you do. Just play a straight D minor chord, D F A D.
D F A.
Just a D minor triad with the octave in the left hand. D F A D.
In the left hand.
Yeah, in your left hand, just a straight triad. And not that it matters, but I and as much as I love your plant, I think it's supplanting you.
I can't.
There you go. Okay, if you can't move it conveniently, that's fine. I mean, I could see the keyboard too, I suppose, but I can hear what you're doing. D F A D.
Yeah, I know you still can't see me properly. It's the way.
No, I see fine. It's fine.
Okay. So you want D F A and me doing the.
Yeah, I just want a chord in the left hand. I just want you to play a chord D F A and then add the D in the thumb. Can you see me?
No, I can't
see me. Okay. Well, yeah, just play D in your pinky, F in your fourth finger, A in your second finger, and D in your thumb.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So you have that chord. Then you're going to move your thumb down to C sharp.
Okay.
Are you playing C sharp?
Yes.
Play it again. Okay. And then move your thumb down to C natural.
Gotcha now.
And then to B. Exactly.
Okay,
so you play those as half notes, two count each. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the melody along with that would be.
I'm sorry.
Right. So it provides a counter melody, and it also provides kind of a rhythmic device just to help us keep the beat. And the same thing holds true for the A minor. The A minor, you could do the same thing. You play A in your pinky, C in your fourth finger, E and A with the thumb.
So you can see.
So you go down by half steps in the thumb, just like you did with the D minor chord.
Okay, so now I've lost you because I was trying to get a better picture for you.
Oh, you lost? Did you lose the music?
No.
Okay.
I got it. So you said.
Right. Good. And then a similar idea with the A minor, A C E. Yeah.
What am I going there? No, that can't be right.
So play A C E A. Right, and then go down a half step with your thumb.
I got you. Okay.
Just like you did before.
Right. Yeah. Very good. Okay. Yeah, that's great.
With the A.
Yeah. Oh, you want to hear it? Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I have to make sure you. Exactly. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, that makes sense to me now. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty typical type of thing to do.
Okay. Very good. Yeah. I don't know
or again, you could play the chord A C E, or let's start with D F A, C sharp F A, C F A, B F A.
Right.
Let me hear that in the left hand. So D F A, sharp FA, and CFA. Yeah, exactly. And then similar idea with the A minor, ACE. Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, that's good.
Now add the melody.
I've lost it now. Where is it? Okay.
Melody is B natural, the right hand.
Okay. What am I doing here? Which
Well,
one
you'll have you'll play you'll play. And see, actually, you don't have to play. You don't have to repeat any notes in the left hand. All you do is change the bass.
Yeah, I understand. Oh, sorry.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, very good.
And I'm going to say, just because the melody happens to be a B, I'm going to be a little picky, and I'm just going to say the chord is really A minor 9, and we're calling it A minor 9, okay, because of the B natural. That's what we're talking about. That's the 9th.
Okay. I'm going to try something here a minute, John. I'm just going to...
Okay.
You can... if I move you over...
I'll just tell jokes while you're moving that around. I'll keep the audience occupied.
Yeah, please do. Hand out something or other. Yeah, I can't get this so that and I don't know why I can't get your picture. Oh well. At least I can.
Well, so the reason you might not be able to get my picture, and let me see. If I move this over here, can you see it now?
No, you didn't.
Okay. So the reason you might not be able to get my picture could be because your screen isn't the right size.
That's right. You're absolutely right.
Maybe. I don't know.
Because I
don't think you're missing much.
All right. Okay.
I don't want to switch back to my screen, because if I do, I will in a little while. But if I do, I want you to make sure that I recorded it. I did a screenshot, but I want to make sure you can see the music and make sure you understand what we're doing harmonically.
Right.
Okay. Now I'm going to take that off the screen. Can you see me now?
Yes, I can see you.
Okay, great. And if I do this, you may even, do you see the entire screen now?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, good.
But I can't.
Can you see the keyboard okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But I can't get myself in the picture properly. But that's okay.
That's fine. I'll just.
It just won't do it. But that's all right.
We'll just change your name to Kilroy.
Oh dear! All the challenges here today.
You know what you should do is maybe get a freestanding music stand.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And if you have one in the house, I don't know, but just get a music stand and stick it on that way, rather than having it be on the. It's on the piano now, I gather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But we're leaving here. You see, we're going back to Michigan, so then it's easier up there.
They have more music stands.
I don't want to go and buy another music stand when. But anyway, we'll work it out.
Yeah, get one of those wire ones,
Yeah.
Those little portable.
I've got one actually, but there's nowhere to sit it at the moment.
Again, it's fine. I mean, and I suppose not that, again, I can hear what you're doing, so I don't necessarily need to see the keyboard. But I suppose, all things being equal, it may have more use. If I could see the keyboard, just to make sure that you're using the right fingering, because that I can hear.
I know.
As remarkable as I am, I still have not been able to hear fingering.
I was listening to you though, and you said little finger, pinky on the D, and
Yes.
and then the fourth finger on the F. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. But you have a very good memory.
And and then the second finger on the A, and then coming down with the thumb.
Yeah, that's right. Good. Okay. Good. That makes me feel better. That warms my heart.
But I was paying attention.
Knowing that I won't, you'll be all right.
Yeah, after you've gone
out in the world on your own.
Oh gosh.
So rest of the tune. Are you okay with the rest of the tune?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can I hear your rendition of the song? And now, but you don't want to sing it in this key, I gather.
No, this is another one. I've got to.
Okay. So should we discuss transposing it at all?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do that because it's not very hard and.
Yeah, and also Alone Together. I mean, I thought I knew how to do it, and my brain seized up. I mean, on Alone Together, I was doing quite well, and then I thought, I've lost it now.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that difficult.
Well, I don't know. So what key did you want to do it in?
Oh gosh, you see, I didn't even work that out.
I mean, if you're singing on your own, where do you feel comfortable?
I don't know. I'm usually down a fifth from whatever.
Yeah. So if you're also, first of all, let's examine, just to give you some control over this, okay? Let's examine the melody for a moment, okay? All right. What are we really doing here? It's simply it's a major triad. It's a C major triad in first inversion. That's really all we're doing. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you wanted to at least give yourself some starting notes, all you'd have to do really is find a major triad in first inversion. Now, if you say you wanted a fifth down, which I don't believe.
Oh, really?
I think that would be, quite a bit lower, but that would be fifth down from C is F. Okay, it's an F major triad in first inversion is A, C, F. So you're starting on the fifth of the chord, right? And of course we have one other note we're not considering, the leading tone, which could be considered part of the major seven chord.
I'm just working something out here. Yeah, that puts me into F. It does.
Yeah. So do you feel comfortable in that key, or would you?
Maybe not. I can't work it out right now in my head.
Okay. Well, maybe on your own. Just think about take a major triad. Okay, any major triad. Put it in first inversion, and the middle note of that chord, which is the fifth of the chord, right? That's essentially the melody notes. The only one again we're leaving out is the half step just below the root.
Right.
Let me just hear you do that just as an exercise. Just take an F major triad in root position. Just play an F major. Yeah. Play it in first inversion. And then now play the notes one at a time, starting with the middle note.
Oh, is that what you wanted me to do?
I'd like you to play, so you're playing the F major triad in first inversion, which is A, C, F. And now you're changing the order of the notes, so you're playing the middle note first, which is C, C, A, F. Right, and then you're adding one new note, the E. Yeah.
Right.
So now play C, A, E, F. Right.
Yeah, I don't have a problem getting the melody.
Okay.
I have a problem with the chords. So
Sure. But we want to have some idea of what key you want to sing it in first.
sure, of course, of
Yeah.
course.
So that's why I'm just trying to get a sense of, what you might feel comfortable in.
Yeah, that's
And then I would take that idea and go up a half step. And then, just systematically go up or down a half step until you feel comfortable.
yeah.
I think, the highest note in this song, the song doesn't go that high. The highest note in the song happens to be in the key of C, it's D. So it's really just one extra note higher than that the triad we're doing.
Yeah. I usually work out my keys, quite quickly. I don't know why I'm fumbling right now.
It's the pollen.
Hang on a second. What am I doing here? See what brings. Bewitched, bothered, and bewildered am I. So I mean, that's it. It sounds quite a comfortable key, really. That.
F major.
Yeah, maybe that.
Okay. I mean, if that's if typically that's what you do, if you take it down a fifth, then that's fine. And of course a fifth is a little easier to transpose than other keys. But so there's several ways you could think of this. Or I'll tell you one thing: if let's just say you were comfortable, rather than going down a fifth, you were comfortable going down a fourth.
Right.
You could imagine the treble clef if you imagine a bass clef. Oh wait, maybe that wouldn't work. No, sorry, that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea.
I was going to talk about Alone Together, which I started, But so okay, getting back to Bewitched though. So if it was in the key of C, I'd just make that. I'd follow the same key signatures, sort of, but translate them into, instead of C, it would be F, and it would be C sharp diminished, right?
I'm sorry, say that again, please.
As I'm looking at the music here for Bewitched.
Yeah. So in the key of F.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the key of F, you'd have F to start with, right? Move this over so you can see it. I'll see a little better. You'd have F, and then F sharp diminished, and of course this silly thing is in the way, so I have to move it. There we go. All right. Right. So F sharp diminished. Now I could simply just think down a fifth or up a fourth, or I could think about the relationship of the chord in the key. D minor 7 is the 2 chord in the key of F. 2 chord is G minor 7. It's down a fifth from D is also G. Up a half step, G sharp, diminished. I mean, if you're using these chords, which are serviceable. A, F in first inversion, and they're doing that in the interest of having an ascending bass line. Down a fifth, A7, and then down a fifth again, B flat, and B diminished. Whoops. Okay. And then again, we're back to our F in second inversion. C, 1, 6, excuse me, 1, D7's 2 in the key of C. So they have, if I'm following this logic, G7, C7, F7, and again, I don't know why they have F7 there really, actually. They have that in parentheses. 2 chord G minor 7. 5 chord is C7 in the key of F. So I'm really thinking more about the relationship of the chords in the key.
Right.
And then B flat, major 7. That's the 4 chord in, right. And then we're going to the key of D minor, down a fifth from D is G. I'm going to say A minor 7, and because we're going to a minor key, they don't say it here, but A minor 7 flat 5. I'm sorry, not A. Pardon me.
I can't do it.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. A minor 7, flat 5, D7, and then we're going to the key of G minor, and then we have that little little device, little melodic device, G minor 7, G minor 6, and then down a fifth from A, we have D minor 7, or D minor, major 7, D minor 7, D minor 6, whoops. 2 chord, G minor 7, whoops, C7, 5, and same idea. They have D minor 7, G7. I might just play G minor 7 for the first one, and then C7. And the last part of the tune is the same, essentially, as the first part of the tune. So that's the chords transposed. Da dee da da, da dee da da, da 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 da. What did I do? Da 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 dee da 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 da. And the second ending. B flat major 7, 2, 5, D da da, D da da da, Dee da da, dee da da, da da da, dee da da da, dee da da. Oh, there's one more line I forgot about. It's 3625. I'll clear that. Da 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 da, 3625. So the key of F, A minor 7, D7, G minor 7, C7. Da 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 da, A minor 7, D7, G minor 7, C7, and then the last A is the same as the first A.
Okay.
I did take a picture of that.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you'll be able to use that when you transpose it.
Right. It's, you know, I mean, I see what you're doing. You know those, when you get into those diminished chords. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, Jonathan, but except that I sort of know what I'm doing, but I'm not quite there, you know.
Well, you know, transposing in the beginning is very ugly. You know, it's just kind of a mess, and you just have to do it, and you just do it more and more. You make mistakes, and
that's right.
And something kind of over time, if you do enough of them, something kind of happens, and your brain starts to rewire.
Yeah,
and
you're right.
Yeah, so don't be afraid of making mistakes and trying stuff.
Right. Yeah.
It's uncomfortable. It's very, even for me still, you know, it can be uncomfortable.
I can't believe that, but
yeah, it is. I mean, you know, I'm okay, and I'm okay with transposing. There's people who do it better than I do. There's people who do it worse, but I'm all right, I suppose. But
well,
we all get comfortable. We like to just play in our own key, and you know, not have to worry about transposing. And,
yeah, absolutely. But I did get, you know, a little way with the Alone Together, but it was in this G minor. But then I was sick, you know. But I'll continue with that one. And I suppose I should choose something else as well.
Yeah, I'd like to see you do some other tunes. There's some jazz tunes I could recommend, but you know, you also might have some vocal tunes that you like as well.
Well, yeah, but I'll listen to your suggestions.
Well, I mean, there's the reason I would give you a particular tune, is in the interests of, you know, just getting you acquainted again with how harmonies work, right? And also something that's, you know, that's not overwhelming. And there's a tune, here's a tune, it's a Miles Davis tune called Solar. And you have
Oh, it's nice. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's a kind of a jazz standard. So it looks like it's in the key C minor, right? And that's a B natural, by the way. You have G minor 7, C7, F major 7. That's a 2-5-1. Then you have F minor 7, B flat 7, E flat major 7. That's a 2-5-1. Then you have E flat minor 7, A flat 7, D flat major 7. That's a 2-5-1. So you've gone from the key of C to the key of from the key of F to the key of E flat to the key of D flat. You move by whole steps.
Okay.
Following me?
Yeah.
Going too fast, tell me, and you know, I'll go slower.
I'm okay.
Okay. You've gone from the key of F to the key of E flat to the key of D flat. Isn't that cool?
It seems to go with the title of the song, actually.
Yeah, I just like to use the drawing program. I'm getting really good at it. And it kind of looks like you're in the key C minor. You have your 2-5-1. Whoops, you have your 2-5-1. So ultimately, you're going back to the key of C minor, but here's 2-5 in the key of C minor. That's 2-5-1, right? And here's your 2-5-1 in F, right? Do you see those? Can you recognize those chords as related?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, like, do you see, like, when I see G minor 7, C7, F major 7, I see them as all a set of chords. I see G up a fourth to C, down a fifth to F. I see them as G minor 7 is the 2 chord in the key of F, C7 is the 5 chord in the key of F, and of course F is the 1 chord in the key of F.
Right, yeah, it wasn't hitting me in the eye, but I do understand what you're saying.
Okay, so that's kind of what these are just very, very typical chord patterns, not even necessarily in jazz, but in in standards, and just see them all.
Right, right.
So I want you to be able to, just get those under your fingers, get comfortable with the sound. I mean, you probably already have the sound in your ears. It's just a matter of just becoming more aware of what's going on, in the tune, so that it becomes automatic.
Right, absolutely.
So maybe take a look at Solar this week.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I like that. I've never heard that before. So, yeah, I like.
Yeah, it's a fun tune.
I like that afternoon in Paris. I'm still, trying to get that into my fingers, breaking the chords up. I still work on that. So, okay.
Okay, so I guess we're kind of winding down. Do you have any other questions you want to ask or anything? I'll probably see you in 2 weeks, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not able to put quite as much time in while I'm here because of real estate and everything. When I get back up to Michigan, it'll be, I'll be able to apply myself a bit better.
Where is here again?
Here again is Hilton Head Island.
Which would be a very good title for a song. Here again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which no one's ever written. Maybe you should write it. Do you write lyrics?
I have tried, but no, that's not a strength of mine. What about you?
No, I don't usually. Well, I have written lyrics in the past, but no, I don't normally write lyrics. Maybe
but strangely enough, over the years, I've written, prose, if you like, rhyming things,
Right.
But I have to get inspired. It doesn't come. I really have to work at something, So I don't think my passion's quite there.
Right. There you go. Hilton Head is in North Carolina.
South Carolina.
South Carolina. I always get those mixed up.
Yeah. So it's very pretty. It's the shape of a shoe, the island, and it's 12 miles long.
Well, if the shoe fits.
And there's a lot of good jazz venues here. There's more popping up.
Well, there's less popping up here. We've had one just close recently.
Really?
Yeah, the only one we have really, the big jazz club, which frankly didn't have very much jazz. It had more blues and pop stuff than it did jazz, but that closed. Unfortunately, I guess the owner of the club passed away.
Oh, you see, you know, the owner of the Jazz Corner here passed away, but luckily his wife and everyone was dedicated to keeping the club open. But since then, we've had some refurbished restaurants that included music. They're not all brilliant musicians, but there's one guy, Bill Peterson, he's very good. And then the Jazz Corner gets some superb artists, as I told you. They do a mixture during the week of pop things and, you know, Etta James, which is, that at last does not get to me anymore.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
but there's a girl here who emulates her. She's a big white girl, and so the general public love her, you know.
Right.
So she does well here, and she plays with a black guy who I know he's okay. They work well together. Everyone loves them. You know, the public don't know whether they're good or bad. You know, I mean, they're not bad, but you know what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, it sounds like they're a good act, but it's not necessarily a jazz act.
That's right. That's right. Then we've got another guy, Bobby Ryder, who is a real showman. He's an alto sax player.
Yeah.
He's a very sharp dresser, and so he does all the standards and some rock stuff, you know. But he has no feeling with it when he plays. He's just a loud, and he looks great. And can you believe he sings as well? And he thinks he's quite good. So much so that there is a CD out. But anyway.
You know, you really missed your calling. You really should have been a critic. You really should have. And I'm not being facetious or whatever.
Listen, I'm my own worst critic, believe me.
You know, I was reading some music criticism the other day. It was a music critic who was at one time he was the head of the music criticism at the New York Times.
Okay.
Passed away, I think, maybe 4 or 5 years ago at 91.
Wow.
And I was reading some criticism he had done of one of my teachers, who was a very accomplished classical pianist and concert pianist. And the criticism, this was the concert that was done in New York at Alice Tully, and it was not a nice review. It was not a nice review.
Wow.
And it was a very typical kind of review, because most reviewers, you know, the better they get, what they do is they give with one hand and they take with the other. So the review, all the reviews are all about the same thing. It's about them. That's really what the review is about. And about how, you know, I am all knowing and all powerful, and now henceforth I will decree I will take you down. Yeah. I will take, yeah. So I know I was reading his obituary with some glee, and in the obituary they quoted one of his criticisms of Vladimir Horowitz.
Really?
Yeah, and it was exactly the same type of criticism that my teacher received. You know, which is, he is no longer the fountainhead that you can go to, or, you know, no longer but on a good day when the wind is blowing right, you can hear his, you know, whatever, something to that effect, you know. And it was like, you know, like, we know that you went to Yale and you have a Columbia, and that yes, you studied piano at one point, and perhaps you have a master's degree, and isn't that lovely? But which is better than most music critics, I suppose. But you know,
I know it's unnecessary. You know, I've read a lot of reviews of you know, mine and shows that I was in, and I remember, you know, sort of getting to, you know, as a pantomime I was in or whatever show I was in, I did get some nice reviews from one guy who wrote for The Stage, a newspaper called The Stage in England. I can't remember that guy's name anymore. He passed away, but I remember looking for, you know, criticism of me, and it said, and Corinne Reed played Prince Charming, and that was it.
Okay, well.
You know, and I thought, okay, yeah, that says it all, really. He didn't want to.
You know, the fact is that it's really impossible, really truly impossible to do real music criticism. I mean, maybe George Bernard Shaw did it best, but other than that, it's first of all, it's so difficult to articulate in words, right? I mean, and secondly, it's so highly technical that, and unless you really understand, you know, the nomenclature and music theory, and it's like, what can you possibly really say? You know, I suppose you can give popular criticism and just tell people, like, you know, in general, you know, don't spend your money here, or if you come here, this is what you might expect in general terms, right? But to really give real music criticism.
Right. The you know, getting back to the Jazz Corner, they do cover a lot of genres, if you like, and most of the people that come here, you know, they're flip-flops and shorts and all that, and they know that they can get some entertainment there, very good food, and then there are some people who think they're jazz aficionados because they've now been.
You know how you can tell? You know how you can tell the jazz aficionados? Because they only buy one drink, and they nurse it the whole night.
Oh dear. So suddenly, but they'll go once or twice, and suddenly they know it all, you know. Right. But at least, you know, it does. It's always packed. There's 2 seatings, and so they cater very well. But yeah, I had a choreographer in a club in London where I worked, and we got back in touch. And she said, "Oh, Corinne," she said, "I used to love it when you would sing 'Tie Yellow Ribbon Round the Old Oak Tree.' I'd go home singing it. You know, I had to sing that blooming song, and I hated it."
Yeah, were you taken captive? Like,
you know the song, right?
I know it very well, and honestly, actually, it's not a bad song. I can live with it. It you know, it's okay. I'm okay with it.
Oh God. So I mean, but you know, by the time I was singing that part in the evening with a great band, actually, everybody was half cut, and you know, so they just wanted to sing silly songs like that. But yes,
Tony Orlando and Dawn, right?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So then when I used to sing Cry Me a River or My One and Only Love or something a little bit obscure like Lush Life or something, it didn't get much response, you know, because they're not familiar with those or not tuned into that. But that's all right. But we have enough, you know, it is something. I'll send you some of the links.
Okay. Oh yeah, be interested to see it. You know, at least it's a place you can go and hear live entertainment. So that's nice.
Absolutely, and as I said, 2 or 3 others have opened up as well. So it's not Ronnie Scott's, but it's better than nothing. I'm sorry about where you are, but
that would be a very good name for a club.
What, Ronnie Scott's?
No, better than nothing.
Wouldn't it just? That's a good title for a song as well.
Yeah, it is. But what was the other one we said? Here Today.
Yeah, we're here today.
Here today.
Yeah.
And better than nothing. Now we got 2 songs. That's pretty good.
No
More
words.
musical now.
We better do something.
All right, I must excuse myself.
Yeah, okay, good to see you,
Good
Jonathan.
to see you. Thank you again. And write me if you have questions.
Okay, I will. All right.
Bye.